If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Crypto bull run, taking its own sweet time. Witness it happen, gonna move. Portfolios are dripping red tonight. Building out our stormy in our minds. They say that by red days can make us millionaires. One bullet cross is all we need. Sometimes trading this market ain't always what it claims to be. Well, Bitcoin, I'll hodl you. I'll forever DCA into you. I'll forever hodl you, Bitcoin.
I wait for someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Hello. Hello, my Americans. Can we talk about our opportunity economy?
I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think what people say? Don't you think what people
Test, test. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. John, have you been pushing buttons? It just sounds weird, John. John? John, did you run off with the cowbell? I thought I put it right back. John, you are never to touch the cowbell. This is the sacred cowbell. That's like playing around with people's sacred cows or playing around with the sacred cowbells. We don't do that here on this channel, Sean. But I like the way it dingles. Have you got dingle envy, Sean? Dingle envy? Really? I just like to play with it. You got your fibs to play with. Let me have a cowbell. Striker says, oh, hell no. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the tacos. We can cue Elvis now. We have tacos. John, cue Elvis and the tacos. Let's go.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
you got some burritos too, man. Wow. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. I've been doing some other editing and recording that I think it's got my... There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That little boost on my mic there. Now I can hear myself, and hopefully you guys can too. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. You already said that. Thank you, Sean. And we're looking at Bitcoin, and are we bullish? Are we bearish? You know, I had a little warning to be cautious today. Nothing major has happened today, so that's a good thing. You suck, Road Dogg. Your tech AA sucks. But are we? But ironically, all the bullish people, especially all those on YouTube, today were bearish. And I know we lost a trend line on Bitcoin on the 4 hour here, but when you zoom out, I mean, first of all, can we do this? Can we do this? This is where we started from, right down here, right? And we had this guy. Okay, yeah. We tried to follow him as best as we can. And then we broke that level. And came down here and made a low. Well, we connect those dots, which ironically is the same as what we had up here. And it just, now here's the wild thing. The beautiful thing about trend lines is that, you know, all we had to do is just start connecting these dots up here and we would have an idea about how far she would fall. Yeah. That's a technique that we use a lot. And here we are coming down to touch this line one more time. And honestly, I mean, there are a mixed bag of signals here. 4 hour does not look that bad to me. The 4 hour looks pretty good to me, actually. The 4 hour looks promising that we could bounce from here, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm just hoping to get Bitcoin cheaper. Now, can this break? And these normally do break to the downside, and this is not the first channel that we had. All of these were channels. These were channels just like that one. We beat the tracking. We got to do it this way to copy it, and then it broke and had a big ass measure move, right? That one had a big one, but then this was a channel too, and it fell. And this is the top part of that channel. If we extend this line out, I don't really want to lose my angle, but I'll just move it down here. That's where this one come from. So we're still in this particular channel at the moment, and we're at the bottom of it. If we do lose a level, I really got nothing to clue me in as to where she might go other than just your typical measure move and a few Fibonacci tricks that we use a lot. But if we lose it, yeah, that might be the 55,000 price tag, come back and make a higher low. That has some validity to it if you think about it, though. It does, because we got a oopsies. We'll go from this wick to that wick, and we get right there in that vicinity. It's up just a little bit. It doesn't have to come all this way, or it can come all that way, but and bounce back in. But that's an idea. Do you have an angle for that? Not the most solid one. Not the most solid one, I must say. If I was going to try that trick over here, I'd be curious to see what we got here. And I'll go right up to those wicks, right up to the top of that wick. I'm going to get this angle. Now let's pull you down and see what you say. Oh, looky there. that one does suggest here. So there's a bigger idea right there that we kind of do qualify for. If we take that idea and we use this, where is that little tool? We've been using him a little bit lately, a little bit more than usual. Take this little range tool here, and it also seems to think that down this in this area about 55 could be applicable, if you will. And perhaps we zoom out to the daily and let's get to a chart. That was my personal chart. Here we go. Here's one. These are some other findings also giving us confluence 55, 57, 618 Fibonacci is down there at that area too. Yeah, we could be going down there. I mean, looking here at the daily. And if I was on 15-minute time frame, 4-hour time frame, or anywhere I saw this same setup, I would be concerned about this 9 crossing that 21. And also about this 50 being underneath that 100 would add a little sandbag stuff to it. So at best, I would see some ranging, but there could be another attempt to go for the 200. Chances are, since we came down and bounced out the 50 and followed the little trail and everything, we'll probably come back and test this 100. That's about 61, 141. There's other confluence for that area as well on some of the other time frames. But that might be a decent target. The good news I got to share is that we're not close to this cloud, so it's not in danger of sucking us into it. And I like that idea. So at the moment, I gotta say, if we're coming down, that's the first place I would look, is around this 100 moving average area on the daily. And if I were fibbing it out just to get those little magical fib numbers, I would say you got some confluence down there, and that could be a 786 retracement. So I may just move you right down there. We got the 50 moving average down there too. So to me, it looks like if we are to come down, that might be the first area we want to check out. Let's say hello to everybody hanging out in the chat. Glad to have you here. What we got? We got 5 concurrent people here right now. And we got Strago. We got Brackett's Adventures. Apple Water Dog. That Apple Water, man. I drink a lot more of that than I thought that I did, because it tastes like candy. And oh yeah, I kind of felt that this morning. Not as horrible as it could have been, but it's been a, kind of a laid back day to say. Elvis and the Tacos is the new band name. Elvis and the Tacos. That does have kind of a ring to it. That will probably get used on something. All right, guys, so let's take a look really quick. I want to look at our little indicators over here. Does that say paper trading? How's the paper trading account going? I am down 8,000 on Bitcoin, 8,000, but where's my Peppy? I've got a 4 million Peppy long, and I'm up $4,000. The Peppies went up over the last few days, huh? These are the paper trading accounts. They give you 100,000 to trade with, and we got over 500,000 there, mostly from Bitcoin. That doesn't make me feel any better, because I should have been doing that with my portfolio instead of being in all these altcoins, and mine would look a little bit more like this. So altcoins also testing a trend line like that too. So when Bitcoin goes, altcoins going to go right with it. But when you zoom out on total 3, altcoins look pretty good. Check this out. We're going to zoom out to the weekly. We can even go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. It's right there on the daily. Do you see that? It's a breakout and a retest. She did come back in the line, but she regained it. She's good, and she's respecting that line now. And it could probably be tighter, and the retest probably would... Yeah, that qualifies right there. Just cutting through those candle wicks there and getting to those candle bodies on the daily. That's a retest. That's a bullish retest of this line, meaning that she should start working to make a higher high, going to 665. Probably get stuck over at 626. We had this trend line, so that's going to be some resistance wherever she bumps her head on that angle. But right now, we got a brand new angle going on right here. I was going to go and take her from bodies to bodies, and as long as she is above this trend line, we ain't got nothing to worry about. And like Bitcoin, it looks like we got rejected there. And maybe it does fall down. If it does, maybe come down here. That would suck. But we're above the non-moving average, and my saying is, as long as you're above the 9, everything is fine. And so we can reclaim the 21. That's what we need to do, and then start working on the 200 moving average up here. Same would apply with Bitcoin as well. Oh, there's the circles. Yeah, this there's no big drop there. There's nothing coming down. The day is coming past. I guess we're a day ahead or something on TradingView. It's still the 8th here for right now, but TradingView is already over to the 9th. So come and gone without anything happening with this particular level. So you suck, Road Dog. Unless it's just going to be starting. I don't know. That was just an idea. It's kind of square price and time. Just a little trick from taking a circle here and seeing what happens on the ends, because a lot of times when you do these, you'll see something happen. It's a very new system to me, and I may have messed it up, and maybe that's why. I don't know. We'll see. Nah, you just suck, Road Dog. John? I will slap your teeth out of your mouth. Sorry. So some altcoins, mostly memes, seem to be getting some heat right now. So it looks like this may turn into a degen stream, because the ones that really seem to be making people money right now are things like Turbo. Good old Turbo. Yeah. There is only one way to react to this, and nah, I take that back. There's a few others. There's a few others. So Turbo also, just like we saw in the altcoins, broke out, come back for retest, and then this happened. Is that an early sign for what is about to happen in altcoins? Hard to imagine these things getting so bullish and just leaving the rest of the market behind and everything else crashes. It doesn't always work that way. Usually there's just some early movers giving us a clue as to what might happen in the market, and that's one way I would try to interpret this. But I respect the angles that were there. It doesn't quite line up just perfect. I kind of want to draw a different line. And it's kind of weird too, saying we're at resistance there. Maybe. She might have a little bit more in her according to this channel idea though. And I think she does. Personally, this is when we gotta start getting out the old fibs on Turbo. I'm glad I didn't sell you the other day, Turbo. I'm glad I held on to you. She's above her 618. Well, you know where we're headed. So this is why we keep this other target in our back pocket for those times when she was rejected. Come back on that second attempt, she's going through it. That's why we got this second target here at the 786.00827, and we look for a bonus target up here at this 886, because if she's really bullish, she can do it. That's what Sweet did. Sweet went to an 886. So we got these ideas. And if you're in Turbo, and she'll probably come back and retest this there at 0.0871-ish, and then go on to make another 15 to 23% gains there. Pretty impressive. Definitely not the time to get in. Chase the red candles, but if you've already been in, that's what we can kind of look up to. And if you want a moon target, I can give you one. It's about 1.1 cents. But until we get out of this channel or work up there through this channel, we'll just take it one step at a time and not get too moon boyish. But that's what we got for Turbo. Oh, Turbo. I guess I could post this. It's not really a trade setup, but it is a take profit idea. And I think those are good to have posted too, just for people that already in one and just already wondering. So I'm going to do that. On the indicators here on the daily, Turbo looks pretty nice and juicy. Money flow is in the green. Stochastics still have not maxed out there at the top. They're trying to. Turbo is strong, and apparently she's going to keep on rocking and rolling because the MACD is just now flipping bullish on Turbo, ready to rock its world. Turbo. A place to buy Turbo if you want to get it would be about here. Would be a good place to try to shoot for. Don't know if it's going to work. Don't know. Can't really say. But if you were lucky enough to get it in there, say if she does a little retest, we go to the small time frame. She said, I ain't coming back there, but we done. We done here. We're moving on. We're going to turn the page. So, Turbo's getting ready to turn the page. And I'm just going to come back here and take that. We'll go over to our trading community here. Pull you up on Telegram. Is everything freezing up on me? What's up with you, man? Over here in our Road Dog chart room. Go to trade setups. Woohoo! Paste her right there. Turbo. Sell targets. And there we go. Let's move on to our next coin here. That old DGen coin is popping off again also. We had a trade set up on DGen, looks like. Did we? I can't, I guess I moved it because that, or something happened. I can't, let's just zoom in. Yes, we did. We had our trade setup. We're still in that trade setup, right? Or she would have got stopped out. She would have got stopped out there if you went with the stop losses in there. You sucker, dog. Confirmed to remove lock drawings. Yes, I will remove those. We'll see what we got going on now. Look, she's flagging out. Actually, she looks pretty dang good. She reclaimed the 800 moving average. 50 just crossed it. All these others have got to work their way up, but she can get some nice little pumps until she comes back down and, you know, starts retesting these areas. If we want to be a little preemptive, I mean, it looks like she's trying to go parabolic. First stage is trying to set up right here. I know it's crazy, right? But so now we got to look at a channel idea, and I think we just found it right there. Let's take that little guy up there. Oh, and yeah, baby, we are right there. We're in it to win it. We're going to go for the big boy targets right here. For DGen with an honorable mention up here, just in case. Just in case she's up here. But that would be the full run of the gamut if she's got enough to do it. I put that one up there because we didn't pull back very much. From the swing low to that swing high, we came to our 618. Yeah. Most likely, I'll put you back on there. Most likely we're aiming for these two guys right here, with this one being our main target. About 14 cents there with a nice big rejection, probably a hiccup coming in at 13.4 cents for Degen coin. She's on the bottom of a trend line on the 4 hour, a little bit too far away for a trade setup. I don't know. For me, I'm already in this window, a little position of it. I mean, little. Where are you, long form? Are you it? Yeah. What do we got here? If you were to FOMO in, and I don't recommend it, this is our idea, right? Best thing to do, since we set it up on the 4 hours, go to a smaller time frame, like something like a 15-minute. See what we can figure out here. Can you come down? If you were to get in right there, you would have to put your stop losses below the trend line, probably right back below here would be a good place, maybe a little lower. That's 15%. That's too risky that's too rich for my blood, even though it's got a 3.3 risk to reward ratio. I'm like, yeah, you're too far from my trend line. I just don't do it. There's a high chance this Lisa got 1, 2, maybe 3 humps. She might be doing her little 3 humps in a dump. 3 pumps in a dump, 3 humps in a dump. We probably got one of those situations coming on, so we get we're in a bullish thing. We're looking for a retrace back to about this 50 moving average right there, or maybe lower if you can get it. Now, how does that help us out? If we can get in here at 0.087 ish. Now we got a 10% stop loss. Now that's a little bit, I mean, I'd still prefer smaller, but that's just me. But 10 is very acceptable. Very acceptable. So if you only wanted to risk $100, you'd set your stop loss to where you would only lose $100, and you can have a much bigger position over here. The little calculators on the exchanges help you figure that out. Mexi's got a good one. See that used all the time. I cannot do that in my head, so I can't help you out too much here. But on spot, you know, if you wanted to go into a $100 trade, you'd only lose $10 there. So that's not bad if it, you know, and it should get a pullback. If it doesn't, then, you know, just take profit targets then at that point. She could come back even deeper though. But that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put that over here. As a trade setup, we need to mark a few little places here. Let's go ahead, baby. La la la. And our buy area where the trade setup is actually right there at 8.7. Alrighty, here we go. Copy it. Throw it in the bag. Just throw it in the bag. Throw it in the bag. He's going to throw it in the bag. It's a 4-hour trade setup. I'm just going to put swing trade idea. I'm just going to put 1 hour chart, swing trade. Alrighty, let's move on, shall we? Let's check you guys out, see what you guys are doing over here in the chat. Hey, we got Slinda. How's it going, Slinda? Alpha Woman. Random Trader says, glad to see you're up and around today. It was slow going. Apparently I was talking in my sleep and just, I don't know. That apple water's got some kick, but I think my pineal gland is, well, I don't know if it's working anymore, to be honest with you. Felt kind of floppy today. Nice. How about Sweet today? Let's check out Sweet. She's been having some trouble, but fighting some resistance up there. She done it one night. Did you get up there? You went up to 216? Oh, well, good for you. A little bit of rounding going on right there. Some rounding. Best. Oh man, I gotta zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. About ready to clear that off. So there we go. I mean, yeah, that's our target is still there. 265. She may be trying to go there. She's already come to a 1-to-1, so hey man, why not? Let me recheck her where she went down to. She had a deep ass retracement. Okay. I'm going to give her just a wee bit more. I'm only going to give her up to here. She may go a little higher. I'm not sure that she's going to make this target. She can. She had a really deep retracement. It may take her a while to get there. So a more reasonable target that she might actually hit right now, other than the top that she almost hit, almost came even there. These would be some good smaller targets to look at. Rising wedge breaking to the upside. Truly freaking parabolic right there. We don't exactly know where her top is. I mean, we got something to work with, but let's see what it says. Yeah, I think we already did that. We already got our targets in line here for her to come down. If she comes down deeper, we're looking about 152. Maybe around 133, somewhere through there, but I think she's still got some gas in the tank, as far as I'm concerned. Let me zoom out just a little bit. She's not ready to stop just yet. No. Even with the red dot, still got money flow coming up. Let's see, we got some divergence going on there. MACD is wanting to take it further. Let's see what she can do. See if she can hold these levels. We got a trend line that she's not even around to touching yet, but so let's see if we got any ideas going on here. See if we got some respects for the angles. If she's getting ready to give something up here, maybe. I would look at it that way too. And then I would follow this guy. And then come down to a smaller time frame. We got a lot of lines there. Get rid of Mr. Fibonacci so we can see our chart. So we're below this line. Lost her 9 on the 4 hour, so you can talk bad about her now, but it looks like she may just come back to this area here about 188. Maybe down here. Starts flirting with 180, she may start flirting with breaking that trend line, and then she could be doing a bigger move to the downside. We gotta be cautious about that. She may try to come up double top. There's some several scenarios that could play out. We gotta keep in mind, but I personally think that she's still got a little bit more upside. Personally. Good old Swee. Here's one I don't think I've ever looked at on the show. I don't think I've ever looked at it at all, but it's been doing good. I've been having my eye on it, watching it climb up the charts and everything. Is FWOG coin at 18 cents right now, and she was down at 6, so she's already did a 3x from where she kind of rolled over. Rounding tops are not bad, people. I don't know. Some people immediately get bullish on or bearish on them, but I'm here to tell you, I like them. Now, Caspa's also got this. Caspa has also got this same kind of formation happening, right? And Caspa also looking bearish right now, too. Kinda. So what happened here? Well, basically, we had a little channel and started losing the hell out of it. And let's clear that off. Then you could have looked at this idea, this falling channel idea, and then a breakout of that of a falling wedge, and she just went ape crap. If you're trying to follow it that way, but what I'm saying, these guys, yeah, they usually come back to the area that start the round over, and then I like them because they can. That's a strong move. I wouldn't expect it this strong of a move, but I would expect a move up to at least these areas to 10 cents with the rounding top coming down to find support. I'd be looking for that support on a rounding top. That's what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't let it scare you away. It sucks, and maybe Caspa will do something like that. That would be awesome. Caspa needs to. Clearly, it is too high to buy this thing. If we connect our dotted lines here, we see that, yeah. Well, actually, there is a buy area. That was our little bear trap idea there, and that makes sense for this now. So the idea for bear traps leading to a parabolic move is that you break to the downside of a pattern, then you come back into that pattern. And one of my mentors brought this to my attention. He says it goes hard there. I go, when I see them do that, I go hard. And I'm like, we're adding this to our toolbox, and it's been a good one, because when it comes back in the pattern, usually shoots up to the top of the pattern really quick, and then it pulled back, and now she's shooting back. And if we look at it now, she's come back for a retest, and I think she might have. I'm not sure if she will keep running up or if she might do a bigger pullback here. Might want to get Elliot's take on that one. Elliot, what do you say? Fifth wave? I figured you might be saying that. So maybe this is not the real pullback. It might be coming back, but then we got to see if she's going to do any kind of steeper correction. So when we also get these parabolic moves, you want to be cautious. It doesn't mean that, I mean, if we do, what we want to see is a bounce off this trend line. Now, I was hoping this was it, but now looking at the structure, I'm not convinced yet. But we could come back down here, bounce, and then keep on going. We gotta, start a new trend line, a new angle or something, because this one is played out, or getting ready to be, looks like. But what we don't want to see it do is come back into the pattern, because that's this in reverse. You'd see it come down here and maybe even break lower. So we don't want to see it come back into the pattern. So it's imperative, you'd want to make sure you have your stops somewhere below this trend line. But for GOG, I don't know, there might be something to it, but personally I think this will, did a 3x already. Not really the time to be jumping in my opinion. Unless you like the pain and like to watch your portfolio go down. I don't know. At some point in the market, you just get to it's going to buy, it's going to go down anyway. You'll go through that little phase of thinking. That might be a good thing to get you ready for the drawdown you go into sometimes, but I would rather not go through drawdown anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't want any more drawdown. One of my mentors, he was more trader than investor. I would say he would be jumping out of the market. Of everything. Like he was just positions and everything. He didn't have like the hold positions as far as I can tell. It's just like, I'm out. Thanks for the heads up. His heads up was on his videos. If you hear me say that we're coming up for a bearish retest, that means sell. I'm like, well, why don't you just say, hey man, it's a good place to sell? I got wrecked a lot of times when I was new because I didn't know that was the code word for sale. I didn't know. I kept paying every month to learn stuff, and I kept like, I can see always getting out at the right time, and I'm not. And then he said it. When I say bearish retest, and I'm like, well, thanks for the head up now, buddy. So Eigenlayer back at a resistance area here above the 9. Can't say anything bad about it, but the trend line that we got going on suggests that she may fall soon at some point. And since we got this, let's just more likely to go to the downside than the upside. We don't really have anything but one touch, but we'll have maybe a hopeful trend line. Trend line theory should help us out there. That little trick that we talked about, we don't know where it's going to come down to. Well, now we might. Now we might, if she does. And I'm going to say right here about 341. 3-4 wall. Make you holla. Why do you say 341? Because it's a 618 area. Did you know that? Now I had a guess, but did not know for sure. After a while, you kind of, I don't know, you kind of feel out where the fibs are. I feel a little dehydrated today, I must say. Here's one we have looked at before called OXT Orchid. Here's the one we call Orchid. Sean? Sean fell asleep. We're going to give a little celebration for Orchid here. Celebrate with a little fireworks because she popped off. She popped off in a good kind of way, the kind of way that we like them to pop off. She was down to 0.06 cents and now she's at 0.07 cents. Oh wow. And you're saying, whoop-de-doo, big deal. She went up a total of 20%. Now she's currently 14% above that, so not bad. She'd be doing something. Making a little move, but still got a lot to go. It's one, though, if you're looking for a bottom to feed on, she's definitely at a bottom to feed on. Might be potential for this, I don't know. Some people like it. Some people think it's maybe an older play. It's an idea. All right, so she was on my radar for getting a pump off. Gas also did. I think it's Neon. Is it Neon? I think it's Neon's gas. But it seems to be doing pretty good right now too. Look at that. Oh, it's against BTC? That's interesting though. Let's put you on here. This is the daily chart and you're rounding against the BTC pair. What are you doing on the dollar? How are you beating BTC when you look like this? Okay, well, you got this. Yay, well, we got to get past this little guy here and a bunch of other little guys. Let's just, she's in a good place now. Somewhere around 612 for that one could be happening. Neon's not really a big popular stream, but it is a Chinese coin, and that's their gas token. Near is on discount right now, $4.92. I think that's pretty good, pretty cool. On the daily chart, we have not yet reclaimed that 200 moving average. I think we're going to still work on it. Looks like we're trying to work on it. Regained the 100. We're above the 50. We're above the 360. That's good. 200 above the 360 and above the 8 and 600. I would say that she is making a nice little recovery. I would say you'd look at this as a breakout and a retest if you're drawing a trend line right there. I would go with that idea. She didn't quite come down here, so she might. If things get bearish, but right now on the daily, she's above the 9 moving average, so we're good. We're good. She just reclaimed that little sucker a few candles ago, right? Or 1 or 2 candles ago. She's holding it. And if she's holding it and out of a red cloud and we got a green one right there, she could be getting ready to try something. Let's come down to the smaller time frames. Near, what you doing? Am I going to buy you cheaper? So she needs to just keep on going is what she need to do. She don't need to come back down this trend line anymore. She come down to that trend line, she's gonna be flirting with breaking it, and then that can send us down. We don't like that idea. It doesn't have to happen, but it could happen, and I'd rather not. And she is gonna, well, she can pop up and get over here though. Still got this $5.61 target in mind right there. That's taken from this leg over here. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. It's not taken from there, but it need to be. Oh, you taken from our, I'm sorry, it's from our bigger fib. This is the main area. This is in our discount zone right here. Anything below this one's our discount zone. So yeah, that's a very important price level. And she can go past it for sure, but we want to see her get past 560 and hold on to it. And then we can start going to the gooder targets, the better targets over at 672. I like you. Here's one that I'm not in, but as cheap as it is right now, it's making me wonder. $43 doesn't sound so cheap, but yeah, this one was up to $128 a few months ago. So, she already lost her parabolic move. Now she's coming down and sideways into accumulation. So this would be the zone to start looking at her. I will go from swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. And we are in our discount zone here. Our little accumulation zone where it's a cool place to buy. Fibonacci's are telling us that, hey man, she'll have a hard time reclaiming these areas, 67, 79, because she's got this big ass trend line. Going to be some resistance in the way, so currently the main target we got to keep our eye on is $52, right at $53. This is on the 4 hour. Phantom over on CoinEX. They're pretty good. They're in pretty good. Did you hit a target? Did we nail it? Did we nail anything? I want to nail something. Did we nail something? We got a bunch of stuff going on there. We got some bigger targets at 79.85 cents, but at this point, let's see. Let me zoom out and see. My chart looks cluttered. I don't like cluttered charts, but I think it's just these price labels doing it. I think if I get rid of them, I'll feel better. Nope. Didn't make me feel better at all. Look, double bottom. Boom. We got, and then we lost it all. Wow. So, like one of them butt crackies. Are you coming back down here? Are you doing one of them fancy harmonical patterns that's going to come down and do a type 2 return down here? Or are you getting ready to moon force? Because you're above the 200 moving average on the daily. That looks hella bullish to me right now. Hella bullish to me right now on FTN. Phantom. And she's liking that trend line. She like it. She like it. She's saying more trend line, please. More trend line. And I'm saying yes. More trend line for you. That's cool. We're above all that mess. I think we got a good chance to be doing some good stuff here. Till we get up here. Then we got to see, what is that, 77 cents? In a rising channel. Yeah, she might be coming. That makes more sense for her to come back down to 2 here. Can she get back to 54 or 50 cents? Possible, but right now she don't look like she wanna. Look like she wanna keep going up for a little bit. How far she gonna go up? Phantom. Yeah, you know what's coming. Let's keep our eyes on this guy for a nicer target right there, about 86 cents. So they're trying to edge her way up there, looks like. Maybe further, if she can break above this line, then we can talk about going through that 618 to the other target. More around $1, that would be cool, but one day at a time, one day at a time. 4 hour, also looking nice. Got all these crisscrosses on these moving averages. Those are bullish crosses of, this is the 360 over the 666. This is the 200 over the 800. That's a big one. We've got the blessing to continue now, Phantom. Go and make millionaires. Checking out Aerodrome Finance. She kind of up here doing, oh, look at this complex head and shoulders to the upside. And I'm like, why would a bottom reversal pattern be on the top? Why? And you expect it to play out like a bottom reversal pattern. I mean, you might get some similar price action, but you need to look at it a different way. That's kind of, yeah, one of these, they will bite you. They will bite you if the pattern is not in the right place. It's not really that thing, and your expectations may not be met with that idea. It might, and then you're just reinforcing a bad habit. And so I'm gonna do it every time, and then I'm gonna. And then you will learn the lesson that I'm here to tell you from experience. It's best not to do that. Just draw the lines. Oh man, is it that time? And what I get is more of a, I wouldn't call it a symmetrical triangle, but it's not one of my favorite ones at all. A lot of people would probably look at this as an ascending triangle, honestly. They would more than likely, or look, which would break to the upside. It can. About head and shoulders to the upside. Never mind. You can't teach people. Like, I mean, if they got that in their head, they're always going to see that. And because they're look, I did the measure move. It's just you got a reversal pattern, and you're wanting to play it as a top continuation pattern. And why don't you just connect the dots here and then go with this guy? Because this one's got a 55% chance to break to the upside. That's what I'm saying. That guy works. That guy. That one makes sense, and you might have seen that one before. On the triangle sheet. Look, I'm sorry, it's 64% chance to break up. I'm slipping. 64% chance for that to break to the upside. So, connecting your dots. And I mean, that's great. Now you can look at that and say, okay, a pattern within a pattern, maybe it's a clue. That's okay. We can do that. But if we're just going to say, look, we got it doesn't make sense to tell you that we got a bottom reversal pattern up here at a top. I don't know. Maybe it's just a pattern trading thing. Maybe it's a Bukowski thing. It is a Bukowski thing. I think it irritates him too. That's probably where I get it. Looks good. Looks promising, but it doesn't. If she loses this trend line, it's over. She's coming down to retest this guy about 85 cents. If that happens, but if it does not happen, and she get a breakout, she go up here. We're going to go to the upside. Look, we're going to just flag her out. Measure move should take us right here about $1.51. And eventually we started looking at the 618 Fibonacci, so let's put these little targets there. 161, and what was that? 150, target at 150 there. Measure move for Aerodrome, really? You already up there? Where were you, at 53? You are doing pretty good, aren't you? Okay, Aerodrome. You do you. Nice double bottom. If you look at it, zoom out, and you'll see. That's, you got to remember to zoom out so you remember where you come from, and remember you probably have a measure move from that already. Or you can probably get one from just zooming out and looking back and seeing what pattern we left. I don't see that done enough. It's always trying to figure out what the latest flag is for some reason for some of these pattern gurus who make up their own rules a lot of times. And so if you're looking at bottoms, you got the W bottom, and there's your belt line. Because if it's a neckline, you got some pointies. There's some saggy pointies. And that says that we go where? Same place I got right there. Isn't that crazy? So we got confluence right there, 151. We got two measure moves taking us right to that area. It's hard to nail that little thing with that circle on there. Yeah, now we got it. Look. So we got that idea. Confluence, 150, 160. We didn't draw a line. That was a fib. That was an important line to have. Gotta have a big fat yellow line there. So Aerodrome looks like there'll be some good take profit areas. John got into the apple water. DMC3 says, sometimes I feel stupid not using leverage, but I really hate it. Oh, you don't feel that way about leverage. My gosh, you're probably smarter for not using it. I'm telling you, most people that use it, they're getting wrecked. And then we get wins, we feel better, and then we go back to the casino, and then, you know, maybe a win here, a little win here, and then, you know, we lose. And it's a big give and take game that way. And honestly, and it's cool. I like to do it with small amounts. I've got a small account, you know, it used to be bigger until it's not anymore. So it's a smaller account, but it's growing, it's good. Dollar-wise, I got most of it. I'm trading more in Bitcoin. I've got about $1,300 in a little trading account, and I think that's more than enough. I've actually got 2 of it's in actual dollars. The rest of it, I think, is in Bitcoin. I'm trying to grow that Bitcoin there. Slowly grow it back up that way. And it's getting better. But no, listen, you can do so much on the spot, and especially with altcoins, it's like they got their own built-in leverage against the dollar and against Bitcoin. So no, you can do a lot. A lot of the stuff that I've done has been on spot to get where I am now. It's been spot and not leverage at all. I would not attribute it to leverage. Now I am using some leverage and some spot margin right now to help me out, but I'll be honest with you, with the way the market has been, it hasn't been that beneficial yet. I've not got to where I need to get yet. I've got to wait for the market to change. Now, when the market changed, I was probably like, oh man, that was awesome, because it helps me grow some bigger bags. But I'm just sitting here in drawdown and sitting here waiting for everything to come back up. So don't feel bad at all. You're not missing out on anything by not using leverage. In fact, you may be doing yourself a favor by not doing it. If you're really good at spot trading, that's the rule that you want to follow. If you go through spot trading, like do spot swing trading, and you get good at it, yeah, you might want to try some leverage. And then you find out how much harder it really is, because you got to start thinking in leverage terms. Seriously, I think you're probably much better off without it. There's Grimmer. How's it going, Grimmer? Dragar, don't cross the streams. That would be bad. Grimmer says, Dago Finance. Oh, I haven't seen that one in a while. Dago Finance. Isn't that the one with the computer screen thing? They don't have this one going back very far. I'm thinking about an older token that was around last thing. I don't know. Oh, I'm on COINEX. That's why. They probably. Let me get off my exchange, or one of my exchanges, and yeah, there we go. Okay, I've looked at it a while back. I'm coming up to the resistance here. So that's kind of one idea, that there will be some resistance. I don't know how strong it will be. It wasn't really that bad over here. It broke through it, so it can probably break through it a little bit easier this time. It's the way I would look at it. And I would look at this being more the trend line. We'll just make that a dotted trend line. Just some resistance there. So she came down. Oh, look, hit a targets. Looks like we got that one at 1.4 and 155. Gosh, I haven't drawn lines like that in a while. So it's been a minute since I looked at this one. When was it? Probably back in July. Probably. Let's well, we'll keep those there and just keep on rolling. Nice. Well, no, we're not quite out of the accumulation zone just yet. It's like we're trying. 200 just crossed bearish over the 300. I don't know what's up with that. We got our other moving averages down. Look like we might accumulate for just a wee bit more here. We might come down and make a higher low. So we may be coming. Might come back. We gotta see how this reacts right here. Let's see. 4 hour. What do you look like? 4 hour looks kind of nice. Zoom back out. Whoa, and zoom in, make sure I'm looking at everything here. You're above the 9 moving average on the daily, so I can't say anything bad about that at all. And prices trying to clear the 200, but it looks like the 200 is trying to come down and over these, it's trying to cross bearishly over these bigger moving averages, and we don't want that. But at the same time, the small ones are starting to cross upward. So most of your momentum is sideways, and then we got this, the downward starting to catch up on the moving averages. So we've got this guy that you could look at that as an inverse head and shoulders on the bottom. That's how you play it. That's where you look for it, not on the top. And it's even a funky one. It's not the best one, but it's a one, and it worked. It's confirmed. So these have a 64% chance, or a pretty good chance, to come back and retest this area here at 173. I would look for that as a nice place to add to your position or something like that. Or maybe even for an entry if you're looking for that. But you could do that. We don't want it to break a trend line ever, because that would be looking here or lower. It looks promising. If it can do a retest and just keep on going, that would be cool. Where does she go from here? She's got to clean. This is in our discount area, so we're getting above $2.10. This is our next target's going to be up here, 273. That's the, and she may, you know, she fell through that pretty quick, and she may jump up through there. She might spike up, and so that brings us to our 618. Possibly the 0.5 if you want to just take a little nibble target, little nibble profit on the way. She had a little hiccup in that area over there, 321, 373. So it looks promising. Just still gotta get through all this chop area over here. She's gonna have to fight her way through all this mess over here, and that might be kind of hard for her. And that's where we got that dotted trend line coming in below here. So this part won't be fun. She's gonna have to fight a little bit, but if she breaks above that trend line, I would say screw this, screw that. She's gonna come back, probably reclaim all this area. I'd start here, these two. I don't even think I'd mess with that one. I don't think she's gonna give you a chance to mess with that one, really. I don't think it'd be worthwhile to mess with it. So let's say from where she is now, get up there at 65%, 90% gains. It will not be easy. She will have a lot of fight through here, but then I think it looks okay. Let's check out Manta or Mantra. Now I'm not getting anything. Okay, so that doesn't work anymore. At all. For real, for real? Huh. So I can't pull up coins anymore. That's kind of weird. The show might be over unless I've already got one down here. We'll take a look at INJ. She's, yeah, she could be doing better. 200, bearish across that 360. That's, that sucks. So we're kind of range bound for a little while. I'm just going to pull this little guy out because, shoot, we are range bound. Let's just go by it. It does a pretty good job. It says we'll come back down and touch the Lucy area down here about 6. Oh gosh, we could. That's where we're headed now if we don't regain this. It looks like we're headed down. Why? You got the green Ichimoku cloud. You don't have to do it. Gee, and a deep retracement on this 50. Let's hope that holds, man. Else we are looking at these areas. Am I cool with that? I guess I'm gonna have to do some looking at some of these coins again tonight. I like you better at $22 than I do at 19 or especially 16, but she's been in this range before, going up and down, and it's a cool range. I'm just stuck in the middle, and that's a horrible place to be. We're getting sleepy. Is it pumpkin time? It almost is. We're getting toward pumpkin time. Oh, this one changes. I'm not a fan of this pumpkin. I guess we'll just have to. We could be a beetle. Instead of being a pumpkin, I could be a beetle. Sean, make me a beetle. Make me a little furry creature, a little boogie guy. Can we be a? Can we be a beetle? Perfect. Oh. Hello. How are you today? Glad to see you here. The wrong beetle, Sean. Oh, look, I'm younger now. Oh, how wonderful is this now? Oh, come on in, fellas. Let's sit down here and let's go over these charts one more time. Oh, great to have you here. That's a nice space, really. You think about it? Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, I kind of like this space. This space looks kind of cool. I might stick with this one for a while. All right? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to leave Paul out. You know, Paul. Paul, should we talk to Paul? What? Oh, hello. Oh. That's a rather nice place too, I must say. I can like this one too. We probably got John on here. Would you like? We've probably got enough. Let's leave John rest in peace. Thank you. Let's just stick with the ones that, you know, still here as far as we know. Oh crap, man! I feel like doing some UFC, man. Come on. Where you at, bit boy? Come on. Oh, I don't know what that. We got some pumpkins. Or we could be a freaky clown. It is Halloween after all. Well, that just looks too freaky, doesn't it? I think I want to go back with a nice face right here. Is it okay? Are we good? We can go with this one, all right? So we'll just look at Casper. We'll look at Casper. Casper. So do you remember the other coin? What was it? Fwog? I guess it was Fwog. Another meme coin, Fwog, who also had the same kind of thing going on, right? And it ended up being a rounding top. So, well, let's put up Fwog. Look at Fwog. I like Fwogs. Fwog. Does it look similar? Does it? A little similar? Could we be looking at something like that? So we come down in a fallen wedgie, do a little bit of a roundy round top on Casper. Sucks, man. Sucks to do it. Sucks to be his hex to have you, Casper, right now. All right, so it maybe we do start falling wedge, and then we get this nice takeoff, and we come back to about 9. The low 9s. I'm not wanting to go there with my Casper bag. I'm not. So I'm trying to take profits as we come back up here, because we can't seem to get very much above the 17-18 cent area, right? So my play, what I'm doing is that I've got my orders stacked to take profits on Casper, and probably borrowing some. I'm doing spot margin, so I can borrow some and sell some up there if I want to do some extra. But it's a little de-risking thing, because I don't see us getting up here to 20 cents just yet. She's got to go through some stuff here, and I don't know if the memes are affecting Casper. It's not helping Casper. It's not helping increase people wanting to buy Casper. It seems like it's having the other effect, but now we're in a falling channel, or maybe a falling, get into a wedgie. She kind of is in a wedgie. It's not the one that would take us down this far, but we'll keep our eye on it. What got wicked almost got candlestick there. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. We don't really have anything to meet here, but it does tell us where we could come down to as well. We'll start adding the stuff together and see what we come up with. Bottom of the trend line, if we go down here, where are you saying? It's saying trend lines are telling me that we might just be coming down to retest this guy, where we wick down to. So what the saying that they have, what gets wicked often gets candlestick, that might apply. And then we can just bounce from there. That would be cool. I'm cool with that. I can see that it's at the bottom of this trend line, intersects right there, intersects with the falling wedge. It looks like we have found our target for Caspa trend line theory at 12.5 cents, and I believe I had said that a while back, and people didn't believe me. Then I've been saying 13 was a coming, and here we are finally. And I have a problem. I can see things ahead of time that should have a likelihood to play out, but then as far as executing, I mean, I can see things. That's a problem that I have, is seeing things a little further off and not playing them too soon, or giving up on them too soon without keeping that in mind. I have struggled with that sometimes. And so if we bounce up, maybe we can come back up to 15.2, 15.6. A lot of resistance up through here in this area. Lost that. So you're looking for inverted head and shoulder right there. Go to the upside. That's what you get when you look for the patterns. Them reversal patterns at the top, they don't always play out. What was she then, Road Dog? What was it? You just connect the tops, and then you get just a opening, broadening wedge, to be technical about it, for this local pattern, and it just expands sideways or whatnot. So if you're looking at the die-hard local pattern, you got that. If you're looking at the overall pattern, yeah, I got this. And you know, the thing about these patterns that I like, when you do it on the bigger time frames, when you zoom out with it, you can play within the pattern. You're not sitting there on the 1 minute trying to chase flags and figure out what's going on. You can actually have a better idea, and you're trying. And if you're in channels or in wedges or something, you know, you're trying. I buy against the bottoms when we touch bottoms. I buy bottoms of these lines because we usually go to the top of a line, and that's a good place to get paid. Or to an area of a horizontal support or resistance, or area of resistance in this case, or a fib level, you know. But I always like to try to get these bottoms. So we're off the 360 moving average here. Now I like this. It's got the 100 moving average on the daily still above the 200 where it should be. 50 still above the 200 where it should be. We could be coming right back up here to this area 16.6. Now hopefully we do. I think that we will get resistance on the trend line though. We probably will come back down here to 12 and then hopefully bounce out like we saw in the other one. Definitely do not want this trend line here in a hole, or she's coming down, and then I'm going to be second thinking Caspa. So I need to see her regain this 200 moving average, and that's coming in about 15.1. Come on, Caspa, let's do it. Let's get this thing going. You're starting to move at turtle speed here now. We want to start calling you slow as Ada, slow as Cardano if you don't start picking things up and doing some stuff now. I'm just saying, I like you. You're still one of my favorites, but I'm going to talk to you. Justin Crypto, what's going on? My guy, how you feeling? Hungover? Yeah, I did have a little bit. Wasn't as bad as I thought, but it should have been because there was only like this much left in that bottle. It tastes like Jolly Rancher candy, man. I mean, it's like it didn't. Queasy stomach, you know. It could have been a lot worse, but so I'm blessed. Feel like I was on a Van Halen stage with the bassist. Oh, I got the wrong face on. I wonder if I have his face. I need to get some kind of new AI filter thing, because I'm using an old bootleg copy. This is all old stuff. You know they got new stuff. They can do better stuff than what they can do on Snapchat. Come on. I like his face though. It looks adventurous. It looks like I could just jump up and do something. I like it. It's like, oh, it looks friendly. Hello. How are you? You can't turn this face away. You gotta say, oh, well, you look like a nice person. How are you doing today? Oh, come on in, thank you. It's just very polite, very nice. It's got a British accent because it's a Beatle, so it's got to, you know. I like it, yeah. I like his face. The new road dog face, no. That's not a cool smile. It's kind of a goofy smile. Like I'm stoned. This is a good stoner face. Hey, man. Wow, dude. Whoa. Oh yeah, we got that expression, we got that shot. Dude. Whoa. Whoa, man. You look like the dude that's on the front, the dude that just stands in Nancy's room and he just does like that. That dude kind of looks. Hey, man. I think we found him. Alrighty. Well, guys, my hour is pretty much up, but if I see any coins here, then we got live chat. I don't have anything. I got. Is that for sweet? Sweet. We did do sweet, right? Yeah, we did. Apple water. I got you. Apple water. Sean got into the apple water. Oh god, that's what happened to it all. Sean got it. Y'all figured it out before I did. Dang. He ain't saying a word about it either. He ain't. Did he leave? He snuck out of the room. He took the bottle with him. That's why he's been sleeping over there. That makes sense now. I catch him over there passed out and I'm like, I thought he's just tired. Anyway. All right. So, did this thing ever start working? Yeah, there we go. Now we got I guess it was a TradingView thing. This is Manta. Look like she might be doing a double top scenario over here, so we need to take a look at that. Are you double topping or are you just going? Which is it? Why you got all these lines? Sometimes I get tired. Oh, look. By the way. Oh no. Oh, darn it. We're so close to nailing it. We didn't quite nail it, so I can't sit up here and say nailed it. And this would be a great face to say nailed it, man. Whoa, dude, look, nailed it. Yeah. This is a perfect face this is a nailed it face, and we don't get to. You sucker, you nailed this one. Nailed it. Nailed that one. Okay. Well, 148 did not get hit on this particular chart, but 147 and so, what were you? 147.46. Is that my fault? It might be my fault. I mean, is this why I get picky with these things? Was it my fault? Nope, wasn't my fault. I had it a little lower than it had. Are you going back up there? Not as long as you're behind this one, right? Are you breaking any structure yet? No, you're not. Until you break this structure, baby, you still got a chance to hit my target. You know, I'm going to get me a higher one. We bounced off a bottom of the channel. We did more than that. We bear trapped, or swing failure pattern, or whatever you want to call it. She came down. I just call it bear trap. That's how I learned it. She come down and she went back into the pattern and leads to a strong move. May not be over. What is she's coming up to 183? Where are you trying to go? Where can you go? Can you go? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's a nice little double bottom. We got targets. We got targets. The one I'm really looking for real is right up here. Call me crazy at 176. I know. I think we still got a chance to get. I'm just saying. Just let's see. I know she may be double bottom. She might come down to 119. I'm not putting it past it. Not saying that, but she may also still have some gas in that tank to maybe go up. So we'll see. This one can move. I've been liking this coin. I wish I'd gotten a lot more of it. She was down to about 86 cents right through there, and now she's at $1.34. She went up really quick. It's one of those real world asset plays, I believe. So from here, say if we come back to the bottom of the trend line at that non-moving average, you can get an entry there somewhere around 132. It's not too far from where we are. If we come up to the top of the trend line, there's 33% gains. Too risky for somebody to try to get a new position. I would try to buy somewhere around the bottom of this trend line, and we'll probably bounce off of it several more times. We hope. Maybe. Kinda. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We're taking one more final look at Bitcoin here before I bid adieu, but she's just hanging tight. And she did not drop like a rock today or anything like that. I'm just kind of curious. You know, I need to see her start regaining these 9 moving averages. And she has on the daily. So if she's above the 9 on the daily, I can't say anything bad about it. I'm not going to say anything bad that we're getting ready to drop. We just got to watch this trend line. We could be recovering and we could be moving up. I think there's an opportunity to take advantage of a lot of fear in the market to drive prices down over the weekend, or, you know, especially during this time. They got us excited over the weekend and then dropped us on the Monday. I think it's the typical, you know, stuff that they're doing with the market makers. Ichimoku clouds are still looking, you know, we're not in a bad place on the daily. I'm not seeing it. So the fear of dropping to 55, I'm not, until we lose a trend line, you know, I'm honest, I'm just not really. We're neutral. We're kind of neutral, but above the 9. So let's see if we might have a more positive day. She may be picking up tonight. Let's go into smaller time frames just to kind of see if that's a possibility. We're on the 1 hour. We regained the 200 moving average. I don't know what's going on here. We don't want that in the crossover this red one. That would not be good. It doesn't have to. It shouldn't. We wouldn't even know it if they weren't there. If I didn't have them turned on, you'd be saying, "Oh, it looks good. Looks like we're bouncing off the 200, going to go up." No reason to think that we wouldn't. For real. 150, both up there. We could reclaim that big old cloud there, waiting for it to get us in. Why did these things show up? What time would that be? Or somewhere? Well, that's tomorrow night, about this time. Over here, maybe we can get into this cloud sometime by tomorrow afternoon, maybe. And maybe she can glance off of this. That would make sense. That would be cool. Where's your 300? 300's up here. They're in good order. We just need to get that one more up here, up to that side. I think there's, well, if we're above, and we are above the 9 moving average here on the 1 hour. As long as we're above the 9, I'm hopeful on any time frame. So I'm not really feeling as bearish. I've been cautious, waiting, you know, for a possible dump that might have happened today, and there might still be something fallout from hurricanes or 69,000 Bitcoin that the government can sell. And that news is out there, and they might. I don't know. We do have to be cautious, but I'm not seeing, I mean, anything that's saying that we're getting ready to just dump now. I'm not saying it. So guys, trade carefully. We'll be back in tomorrow, monitoring the market and trying to make this money. Some altcoins are kind of hurting, but overall it does look like Total 3 is getting ready to take a move up. And let's look at that one last time, that idea. Bouncing off the trend line idea here. And just, you know, up, retest, respecting this trend line. As long as we respect these main trend lines on these bigger time frames, I think it looks like we're starting to gain some momentum to the upside, just slowly. And this is October, so I think October's going to do what October normally does. We just got to fight through it for the first few weeks here. And hopefully the number will keep going up. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you again tomorrow night. God bless you.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on.
Hey, there's Joe. What's up, Joe?
You freaky dog.
Fell asleep, Edney.
I don't need to analyze every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Nope.
Good night, everybody.
The truth was
Thanks for hanging out.